Well, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the Isaac Hayes Show, where we talk about life, we talk about liberty, and we talk about the pursuit of happiness. So glad you get to join me here tonight as we go ahead and discuss what happened on Friday night. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably seen some of the clips and some of the articles about the opening ceremonies on on Friday night at the Olympics. And ladies and gentlemen, it did not surprise me. What did surprise me was the Christians that went ahead and talked about it and said, hey, it's time for y'all to stop offending Christians. So what did happen Friday night? In case you're watching this video or listening to this podcast, you might have said, Isaac, I don't know what happened on Friday night. Well, on Friday night, again, at the opening ceremonies of the Olympics, there was a reenactment, I guess you could say, of the painting of the Last Supper. I believe it was painted by Leonardo da Vinci. And if I would show you the picture, you would know exactly what picture I'm talking about. It was the Last Supper where Jesus with his 12 disciples. And, of course, Leonardo da Vinci did not witness this firsthand. He painted this picture by imagination. You know, what he would thought Jesus and his disciples would look like. And he went ahead and painted them. And this painting, at that time, you would say went viral. It became a world-renowned painting. Every Christian knows about it. At least every Christian that is part of the Catholic community knows about it. This picture is held in high regard in the Catholic Church. So on Friday night, the Olympics, because it was in Paris, France, tried to reimagine this picture or tried to reenact this picture. And it was drag queens and transgender influencers. And while the act was going on, a man painted in all blue in the nude showed up. Now, he was acting like a Greek god and started singing a song about being naked. Now, this was on the worldwide stage. Every person that was watching the opening ceremonies on Friday night saw this. And it instantly went viral. It instantly brought backlash. And this is something that should not have happened, in my opinion. Something like this should not go viral at the Olympics. You know what should go viral in the Olympics? I'm a sports fan. How many medals did one individual get at the Olympics or earn at the Olympics? You know, one of my fondest memories, and I was young at the time when I seen this, was Michael Phelps gaining, I think, his 9th or 10th medal, whatever number of medals he had. And it was worldwide news that Michael Phelps from the United States went ahead and earned all these medals. This was a glorious occasion that happened. I think it was in 2008. Michael Phelps got these medals, and it, like at that time, went viral. People talked about it, and it was a glorious occasion, especially to those that were in the United States. We went from that to blue men on a table in the nude around drag queens and transgender people. That's what the Olympics have come to. That promoting woke culture and woke agendas, and on top of that, reenacting a famous portion from a famous painter that showed Jesus Christ and his disciples at the Last Supper, and put it in with stuff that Jesus clearly was against. That's what the Olympics have come to. That's what the Olympics have come to, where we're promoting woke agendas instead of accomplishments from athletes that worked so hard to get there. That's what the Olympics should be about. Now, on the point of that, the Olympics traditionally promoted Greek gods and promoted things that are tied to paganism. I can agree with you on that point. They had their it's not unfamiliar that the ties of the Olympics are towards Greek gods. This came from the Greek mythologies and the Greek culture. I understand all that. But why use a painting that, portrays Christ? Because, and look, there's a lot of different beliefs out there. I've seen the social media posts and all that. This was to mock Christianity. This was. I'm not going to hide that fact. And anybody that saw it could see the connection between the Last Supper and this opening ceremony act. Anyone could see it, that this was a mockery of Christianity. Why? Because Christians come against, most Christians, let me say it like that, most Christians come against the lifestyle that the Olympics were trying to push. They had a transgender light bearer. It wasn't just this scene. It was throughout the whole ceremony of the Olympics that they were pushing this lifestyle. And I'm going to be honest with you. I feel that they were telling the Christians, you couldn't stop us. We're going to get our way anyway, you Christians. That's how I felt. And I'm a Christian. This was to tell Christians, we're getting our way. And we're going to go ahead and even defile something that you deem sacred. Look, if you disagree with me, go ahead and comment. Go ahead and shoot me an email, thecajunconservative5@gmail.com. Go tell me how you feel about this. But as a Christian, I'm like, this is nasty. And that's how I felt when I first saw this. Now, what I'm pleasantly surprised about is how the Christians have stood up. I don't know what the intentions of the people that put this together. Maybe they thought that people were gonna like this and people was gonna glorify it. And look, I've even heard atheists didn't like this. Now, for an atheist and a Christian to agree, that takes a lot of work. There were some atheists saying that this was just wrong. Now, they went on the side of Leonardo. I think it was Leonardo da Vinci. If I'm wrong, put in the comments. I'll take it. I'll gladly take my lick. But this great painter, this was a great painting, and y'all that was atheists. Atheists were saying this. Again, like I said, if you get an atheist and a Christian to agree on something, that's a miracle in itself. I don't know about you, but I would believe there is a God if me and an atheist agree with each other. Only God could do something like that. You had people from all over the world say that this reimagining of this painting that the Olympics pushed out, it was wrong. Now, we know why Christians said that this was wrong, because we have our beliefs, but I'm glad. Just not Christians, other people stood up, but Christians stood up and said that this is wrong. Y'all offended us. And look, in this culture today where you're not supposed to offend people. Think about this, okay? You're not supposed to offend people, except if you're a Christian. If you're a Christian, I can offend you all day long. That's how I feel. Because look, do you honestly think they would have mocked Islam like that? Do you honestly think they would have mocked Buddhism? I hope I'm saying that right. Do you honestly think they would have mocked any other Christianity, any other religion like that? By far, no. It was the Christians. And we live in a society, again, to my point, we live in a society that says you cannot offend people. But it's okay to go ahead and mock Christianity at the opening ceremonies of the Olympics. It offended Christians. Now they put out a statement. Well, we didn't want to offend nobody. Then why do it? Okay, who in your right mind would think that that was okay to do? Look, just imagine being around a table and them thinking about this. Let's see. What can we do for this opening ceremony to push the woke agenda? Let's take a painting that Christians look at and admire and a Christian that they hold in high regard, and let's put drag queens and transgender influencers on that. Let's do that. Do you think somebody went around and said, do you think we're gonna offend the Christians? They had to know that this would have raised some eyebrows. But it's Christians. It's okay. We can offend the Christians. They're not going to say nothing. And that's what backfired. A lot of religious leaders and a lot of people in general went ahead and condemned what they did. Now they have to walk back. Oh my goodness, there's more Christians than we thought. No, duh. This is what I'm just saying that I think this was done on purpose. Like I said, whoever was in that room, whoever was thinking about this, they had to know that this would offend the Christians. But again, it's okay to offend Christians in this lifestyle. You don't offend nobody else, but we can offend the Christians. And ladies and gentlemen, that is not right. That is not right whatsoever. If you don't want to offend somebody, don't offend. Don't try to offend other groups of people and just offend one. And this is why I honestly think this was done on purpose. Why? Because they wanted to make Christianity look stupid. Because Christianity says that the lifestyles that the Olympics were pushing that night are not right. And again, they were going back to earlier what I was saying. They were like, ha ha, Christians, we could do it anyway. Ha ha, Christians, we can go ahead and push our agendas and you can't do nothing about it. And this is all because they hate God. Romans chapter 1 clearly says why they're doing this. If you can, go read Romans chapter 1, verses 15 to the end of the chapter. I read it last night. Go read that. And this will show why they did this. Because they hate God. Oh, Isaac, that's a bold statement. No, it's not. No, it's not. Paul clearly says it in Romans that they have a knowledge of God, but they deny to know God. So God gives them strong delusions, wrong thoughts. And he tells what is the results of them wrong thoughts. A person that loves God would not have partaken in that skit or that depiction of the Last Supper. They wouldn't have done it. But people that hate God and don't value God's opinion or God's law, let's say it like that, would do that. They would defile God, and that's why they did it. Look, the Olympics promoting false gods and stuff. These people that probably did it hate Christianity as well. They hate Christianity because they hate God. And that's why they did it on Friday night. Because they hate God and they hate Christianity. And they wanted to shove it in the nose of the Christians. And it backfired on them. As Christians, what should we do about this? Well, we should be outraged. But at the same time, we should pray for them people that partaked in that horrible depiction of the Last Supper. Why? Because our God is a God of love. Our God is a God that will save an individual if they ask them, if they ask the Lord for salvation. We should pray that the Lord have mercy, because the Bible says God is not mocked. And what they did, they mocked God and they mocked his people. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're a Christian, pray that the Lord brings revival. We talked about this on No Longer 2. Where are God's people? They're sitting on the couch, not doing nothing. You get active. Pray. Seek the Lord and pray that the God of heaven would bring revival. We need to have revival in this nation. We need to go ahead, and just not in this nation, in this world. We need to be active as Christians. A lot of people look at me weird. You got 3 podcasts? Yes, because I'm trying to do something. I might not be reaching millions of people, but I'm trying to reach one person for the gospel of Jesus Christ. That's why I do this. And I love politics. I love studying the Bible. I love all that. But at the end of the day, I need to focus on God's kingdom. And when I see stuff like this, I see the end is near. These people are mocking the breath of life. They're mocking the Savior of the world. And we need to go ahead and pray for these people and pray for their salvation. On another note, this is why they're doing this, again, because they hate God, yes, but they just don't, how can I say this? They don't want to know God. And instead of them acknowledging God as King and Lord, they rather just mock him. And again, this is all because they hate him. But we need to pray for them on my last note with that. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this episode of the Isaac Hayes Show. Thank you, as always, for listening and watching. Please subscribe or follow, depending on the platform you're listening or watching on. Go ahead and tell a friend. If you have any questions, please comment at the bottom of this video. Also, hit that like button if you're on YouTube. It helps me out more than you know. So until next time, you be blessed. You be encouraged. We will see you next time here on the show. Thank you again for helping us out here on the Isaac Hayes Show.